Welcome back to Yoshi Entertainment, everybody. So, just recently, there was allegedly a third lawsuit that was being weighed against P. Devil Combs and the R&B singer Aaron Hall. Now, the summary of what this woman, who is labeled Jane Doe in these documents, the summary that she is accusing them of, alleging, is that this was a while ago, she had went to, it was some sort of like party that was being hosted, and that they were at this party. She was with them. She was hanging out with them. Allegedly, they were giving her drinks. They were able to convince her to go back to Aaron Hall's apartment, allegedly. I guess she wanted to just sleep with him, but for whatever reason, allegedly Aaron Hall coerced her, and that is the exact words used in the documents, into sleeping with P. Devil Combs instead. And she claimed that it traumatized her. And then he came in as she was trying to quickly put on her clothes so that she could leave, and allegedly pinned her down and proceeded to do you know what. Fill in the blanks. Now, of course, you've always got the people who like to come out of the woodwork and question a person's story, question a potential victim's story, why she didn't come out sooner, as if we don't already know that celebrities have a lot of power and influence, that they can allegedly, cough, cough, have people in their pockets to keep from being caught whenever they do the dirt that they do, cough, cough, allegedly. It's very insensitive to even take that route because you're not in that person's body, you're not in that person's mind, you don't feel what they feel whenever they go through what they go through at that moment. There are not a lot of people who have the kind of mental stability and emotional stability that they need to be able to press forward and still talk about replay traumatic events that happened to them so recently after it just happened to them. Then you have the people that like to say she chose to go with him. She went to his apartment. She knew what was up. Why complain about it now? And I've said this before. I'll say it again. When it comes to stuff like this, I do not support things like hookup culture because it's very dangerous. You don't know who you're taking to your apartment. You don't know whose apartment you're going to. Those people could be Satan themselves or their second removed cousin for all you know. Ain't no telling what that person got going on. They could have bodies in their attic for all you know. You don't know. So you don't need to be going to anybody's house, apartment, hotel room, especially somebody you don't know, of course. But that does not excuse misconduct or a person forcing themselves on somebody, allegedly, whenever they get to that place. Another thing concerning that I've talked about before on this channel, if somebody takes a person to their house, first of all, they had already established that she had been drinking. So you don't take anybody back to your house, your apartment, your hotel room who's inebriated. They cannot give you consent. That right there should have been questionable and should be looked into. The fact that he allegedly coerced her needs to be looked into because that technically is against the law. So the fact that they would bring her to his apartment and she was inebriated, she was drunk, they were wrong for a point period blank. Some people would have you thrown under the prison just for that alone. But even if she wasn't drunk and she had gotten all the way there and she decided, you know what, I don't feel comfortable with this anymore, I would like to go home now. Can you please make that happen? But quite clearly, according to this woman and the allegations that she is making, they did not do that. Once again, I don't care how far the person has gotten. I don't care how far the people who were involved have gotten. I don't care if they're both butt naked on the bed. If at any point that other person does not want what's going on, or it is obviously clear, which nobody can say that it wasn't allegedly, that the person cannot make clear-minded decisions because they had been taking substances up until that time, nothing needs to happen. No bedroom relations need to happen. And if somebody does it anyways, once again, that is illegal. I don't know who needs to hear this, but somebody needs to hear that that is illegal. And anybody who supports somebody still going through with bedroom relations, even though the person made it clear, I don't feel comfortable anymore, despite whatever they did, I don't care what they did leading up to that. I don't care. I don't care what they said. I don't care how dirty they talked. I don't care. Y'all were putting hands all over each other. Y'all were slobbering over each other. Don't matter. If they don't want it anymore, or it's clear that they cannot make clear-minded decisions to go forward anyways, is wrong and against the law. And it's sad that people even have to break that down for people to understand. That should be something that kind of comes with common sense, that should be already understandable, obviously. But once again, there are still people running around acting like they don't know this. And it says a lot about our society and the very sick-minded people that are running amok in our society. Now, once again, there are always going to be people who feel like these women are just trying to get money from these men. Oh, y'all are just trying to, like, shake them down. Y'all are trying to extort them. Y'all are just trying to get money off of what you knew was going to happen. All I'm going to say about that is it's very hard to have some allegations weighed against you to get slapped with a lawsuit when you're not already out here being promiscuous and allegedly doing stuff you have no business doing. Learn how to keep it in your pants. Learn some self-control. Get the lust and perversion out of your life and quit sleeping with everything that has something in between their legs, allegedly, and you wouldn't have to worry about these kind of problems. Now, speaking on the subject of Aaron Hall, so there is a video that he did, a podcast, if you will, with Vlad Television, if I'm not mistaken, where he was speaking about his bedroom activities. Now, I'm not going to play that video. I'm not going to play even the sound, the audio on here, because word on the YouTube street is Vlad likes to take people's stuff down because he's raggedy. But anyways, during this podcast, whatever you want to call it, sit down that he had with this man, he was talking about, as I said, his bedroom activities. And the way that he described his bedroom activities and what I guess is supposed to be something akin to intimacy and a private moment between him and a woman was very disgusting. It was also very sick-minded and very disturbing. I don't know if I've said this before, but the saying goes, you can tell a lot about a person's actions, their character, by how they talk. If I was asked, do I believe he did everything that this woman is accusing, alleging that he did based off of what he said in that podcast, I don't care what anybody says. Like I said, based on what he said, how he said it, his mentality, how vulgar and disturbing he was. Once again, where there's smoke, there will always be fire. That's what I'm going to say about that. Like I said, he described adult explicit activities like he was some kind of, not to be completely derogatory, but like it was some kind of mating ritual or some kind of animalistic act between two creatures of the night. I know that might seem a bit dramatic, but that's what I was getting once again from what he said. And if you don't believe me after this video, go listen to what he said because the audio is out there. He spoke like a man that had no respect for women, that thought of women in a very derogatory way. Low-key, like he didn't even really like women like that. That's what I was getting. I'm gonna be honest, the vibes I was getting. And he also spoke like he didn't really know what real intimacy between a man and a woman is supposed to be, what it's supposed to look like, how it's supposed to feel, how it's supposed to play out. He also often spoke about his package size. He says it all within the interview sit down that he had with Vlad. And y'all should know how I feel about that. I've spoke about that on this channel. Whatever you got going on between your legs, that's your business. Don't put that on us. We don't need to know. We don't want to know. That's personal business. Keep it to yourself. But he bragged quite pridefully about his size, and allegedly that's a common theme with him, and also allegedly that he likes to compare himself to other men. Again, pridefully boasting how he has a larger size, if you will, than other men, which is disrespectful. So not only allegedly is he disrespectful or views women in a very disrespectful way, especially where relations are concerned, he's also disrespectful to other men, because that's not something you should ever do to another human being. Comparing what you have to what somebody else has that they didn't ask for, that they were born with, is derogatory on a whole new level. Once again, that should never be done. When it's coming from a man to another man or a woman to another woman, it shouldn't happen, period. It's morbidly disrespectful. So right off the rip, without even knowing the dude personally, we all have an idea where his mind is, and that's absolutely in the gutter and the trash. We know where his morals are, how he feels, and the fact that he's a very disgustingly perverted individual. I'm gonna say this again, even though we have to say that this is all allegedly. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Not everybody is lying. Allegedly. Once again, everything said in this video is alleged, and also according to the allegations that were weighed against the both of them by the woman titled Jane Doe in the documents concerning this situation. Y'all let me know what y'all think and how y'all feel about all of this down in the comments below respectfully. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Y'all all have a very blessed and safe day.